After what seemed like an eternity, the boy finally came to a clearing. Before him sat the most majestic lake. Rare birds sang songs that he had never heard before. Mermaids swam gracefully. The sunlight reflecting off of their scales gave them an angelic glow. The boy was in awe of what he had discovered. As he gazed upon the beauty before him, he thought of the many elders that had warned him not to stray off the created path. They spoke of the treacherous terrain and the horrendous monsters that he would encounter. Never once did they mention this magical place. Perhaps they wanted to keep it to themselves, or perhaps they had no knowledge of such a place existing. Thinking back on his journey, the terrain was treacherous, and he did encounter many monsters. However, the boy realized the treacherous terrain only made him stronger, and that the monsters were all distracted, devouring those that stumbled off the created path by accident. The difference was that the boy had chosen this path on purpose. He walked with certainty, something that the monsters had not seen before. The boy realized that those filled with fear and that seemed lost quickly became victims, and those that somehow managed to escape and make it back to the created path were quick to warn others to never stray from the created path, for death and pain were certain. But the boy was different. He knew that there was no greater pain than walking the created path again, and that no matter what path he traveled, death would always be the final destination. Armed with that knowledge, the boy was able to forge forward, understanding that the uncertainty and the unknown that created fear in others gave him an overwhelming sense of excitement, which he had so longed for. The boy sat at the edge of the water, breathing deeply, taking in the fresh air and enamored by the view of the lake and its surroundings. He envisioned a life on the lake. He would build a cabin, live off the fish that was in abundance and the fresh fruit that grew nearby. He would marry a mermaid and live out his days in the comfort of this enchanted environment. A smile came to the boy's face. He chuckled to himself as he stood up. For the boy knew that for the others, the comfort of the lake would signal the end of the journey. But the boy was different. He didn't crave comfort. He craved adventure. He craved uncertainty. He craved growth. The boy took a deep breath and inhaled his surroundings, capturing a mental picture that would forever be ingrained in his brain. He smiled and waved at a beautiful mermaid perched on a rock in the middle of the lake. Then the boy continued his journey. I am that boy. I am different.